Superstar.
What's going on, everybody? This is Superstar O here. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Sorry that the lighting is a little off. It's like Suicide Squad in here, but this is usually how I have it when I'm working. This is just a quick little intro to a video, so I figured it didn't really need to be all super professional. But anyway, this is a new product release for IndustryKits.com. It's just one right now. It's just something real quick that I'm putting out. This is from a partner of mine who made the Four Gods bundle KONTAKT banks with me. And this one is called King Bass Module. It's way different than like anything else we've ever put out. It's not a, an 808 bass library or anything like that. It's like a finger bass library. Finger basses are really dope. And can really bring a lot of soul and feeling to the beats. I'm sure you probably know what finger bass is. If not, you'll hear it in the video. But it comes with finger bass preset, like a really, really clean one. And then there's different, you'll see in this demo, there's different kits that have different loops too, like a whole bunch of loops where you just hold the key and it syncs to your tempo. And it plays with this crazy like pattern. So it's really different. It's way different than anything else that what's not way different. It's a KONTAKT thing, so it's still similar, but it's something that's different, and it maybe not be for everybody, but for those of you who do know what finger bass is and really do like to have a really clean one and maybe want some dope loops and something dope to look at, like the interface is nuts. It looks really crazy. You can see it right here, but you'll see it in this demo too. It's really, really dope. And he already made a really good product demonstration video for it, and he sent it to me. So I was like, I'll just use yours instead of trying to make one myself. So this is what it is. This is King Bass module for, or King Bass phrase module. It's a bass phrase for KONTAKT. And check it out. And if you want it, it's at IndustryKits.com. The link is in the description below as well. And hopefully you all are having a good New Year so far. And also do not forget, we are still giving away another Akai Advanced keyboard this month, the month of January. So any purchases that you make through the whole month of January, from the 1st to the end, every order gives you a ticket to win that. So not just an extra thing, for stuff you're gonna buy anyway. You also have a chance to win this Akai Advanced keyboard. The last one has been already shipped off to the winner, and they should have it by now. Should be enjoying it by now. But yeah, hopefully you all are having a good New Year's, a good new month. And this is just one quick product I wanted to put out there. And now I will cut to the demonstration video. Grind or die. Peace, peace.
Drop the bass.
Alright, so in this first part of the demonstration, I want to show you the user interface and the effects and modulators of King. So this is the main window, and right here at the very top you see the 24 kits that you can select by lighting up one of those little red LEDs. And as far as the effects, I have a low pass filter, high pass filter, the 4-band SSL EQ, and I want to get your attention on this funk knob. So it's basically an envelope shaper, something reminiscent of the good old Mutron pedal that Bootsy Collins made famous. And so you have a low pass version of the filter. So if I click that on and then I play one of the loops, you get that funky underwater sound. And you can combine the two. And you can just turn it on and off like this with the low pass and high pass buttons. Now, in the effects section, we kept it very simple. We wanted to have bass oriented effects. So you have the SSL compressor that you can click on and off like this and adjust the value like this. The transient shaper, if you ever wanted to have a more punchy sound, so more attack. All right, and then this reverb right here, this is really awesome. It's a very, very short room, and if I click it on and off like this, you'll see that it adds a very nice stereo image to the sound. So a lot of people will say, you know, don't have a stereo image on bass, but it's sometimes very easy to place a bass with the mix when it has this kind of stereo image. Moving on, we have the saturation. Adds a lot of grit and mids. And finally, distortion. You know what this does. And moving on to the modulators. These are the typical Delicate Kits modulations. So stutter, sidechain for those EDM heads out there, or even hip hop heads, you know, it works really well too. And finally the wobble, which works with a low pass filter. So as you can see, very streamlined, very easy to find your way around. King, as any of the other Delicate Kits, has been made to be playable and very simple to use. Now I'm going to show you how you can integrate King into your beat making process. So to end this product demo, I want to show you the session for the intro song of this video. And I started off with this keyboard loop. And so there are 3 chords basically in this loop, and it's going to be very important to show you the power of King. So moving on to the drop section, I have the second keyboard loop that goes like this. And as you can see, the MIDI information for King matches those 3 chords. So if I were to loop everything, mute everything else, you would see that so let's open up King and see what we can do with this. So here we are, and pay attention here, I'm playing. So before I show you how you can change the kits and everything, there are 5 main sections of samples within every of those 24 kits. You have the long notes, the short ones, and then those very, very important loop phrases. All right, and then you have slides and up and down slides. And those, by the way, all of these 3 groups here are tempo synced, so it doesn't matter what tempo your session is in, King will always follow the groove. So let's look at what King is doing in this case. So it's a very musical instrument, and I'm going to show you why. I've learned here the bass root notes of each of my chords, so G sharp, B, and C sharp. And so it's only a matter, you could already, you know, just copy and paste those notes into your MIDI track here. But as you can see, it is those same G sharp, B, and C sharp. So then all you have to do is let the instrument play. You can play around with the length of the notes if you don't want King to play the whole loop sequence. Because for example, I could go like this also. Right, and then let's bring back the keyboard sequence, and let's have King play something else. Don't like the funk knob? You can just turn it off. So as you can see, pretty much any of those loops will work with your chords, given that you have mostly minor chords. This is a hip-hop instrument, so we didn't want it to feel too happy. So most of these progressions are in minor, but you can always, just play just a little portion if you have major keys, and it's also going to work. If you don't like certain notes in the grooves, obviously you have the single notes to complement your bass lines. And if you want to make, nice little transitions, you can use one of those tempo synced, sorry about that. You can use one of those tempo synced slides to create very, very interesting transitions between the parts of your song. Drop the bass. Well, obviously the beat wasn't made for this particular loop, but it's interesting to see that you have so many options once you have chord progressions and bass notes to go with those. And in the final portion of my demo track, I'm using a different loop bass with a little distortion and low pass filter. Bass, 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 make me for the king. So this is how easy it is to integrate King into any of your sessions, given that you know the chords. And if you don't, it's also a great compositional tool just to get started with a really great bass line played by a virtuoso bass player. And that's very important because I know you guys love your 808s. I do myself, but sometimes it's nice to have, the different inflections of the instruments, the pick noise, and the, everything, the little subtleties that come with a real bass, live bass. So I hope you have a better understanding and idea of the power of this instrument. I'm very, very proud. It's our biggest and best release so far, and I hope you're gonna love it just as much as we do. So thank you for watching. You can pay me a visit right now at delicatebeats.com. The instrument is available at the very low cost of $79.95. Remember, this is 24 kits, single notes, tempo synced slides. It's a very unique instrument. None of our friendly competition has ever made such a musical phrase-based instrument. So we really think it's gonna add a lot of musicianship to your composition, and we can't wait for you to tell us how much you like it. So on this note, have a great weekend and go out and make bangers.